March 14, 1837. Lahore, northern India. One of the most famous yogis of India, named Haridas, on a dispute with the Maharaja, allows himself to be buried in the ground. First, Haridas sits in a relaxed position, lowers his head on his chest, directs his mental gaze to the bridge of his nose and monotonously repeating a few short words, plunges into meditation. Haridas soon stops his heart himself in the presence of English doctors Murray and McGregor, who state his death. According to the agreement, the period of stay in this state is more than a month, 40 days. The yogi's students cover his eyes, nose, ears and mouth with wax. The body is placed in a canvas bag and placed in a coffin, on which wax seals are also placed. Then, the coffin is buried in the ground. For the purity of the experiment, the buried body of Haridas is guarded by a convoy of soldiers for all these 40 days. Barley is sown over the burial site. At dawn, on April 23, 1837, when 40 days have already passed, the residents of Lahore and the surrounding villages come in a huge crowd to watch the awakening of Haridas, after almost 6 weeks of burial. He is taken out of the coffin, carefully examined. The whole bag is covered with mold. Haridas' hands are numb, and his head is resting on his shoulder. The doctor takes his hand, but the pulse is not felt. Even the tongue is blue. The yogi's cold body is rubbed by his students. Only half an hour after the exhumation, Haridas begins to breathe. Then, opening his eyes and recognizing the Maharaja of Lahore sitting in front of him, Ranjit Singh, who did not believe in the possibility of such a thing, utters the first words, "Well, now do you believe me?" Quote. About an hour after removing it from the box, Haridas fully regains consciousness. This was not the very first, but far from the last case recorded and examined by science. If it had not been confirmed by doctors, then this whole experiment would have been considered a fairy tale. Is it possible that someone has long known the great secret of life and death, and they can dispose of them at their discretion?